Okay, we're good. I had to mute my stream because I could hear us echoing, and I was like, "Oh God."
I'm so happy. So first things first, tell me about your username and how you thought of Not Too Social Worker.
Totally. So I joined Twitch, and I'm a social worker. I have my bachelor's, and I'm in grad school to get my master's. And I joined Twitch, and I was like, I'm gonna do something social worker related, but I didn't want to just be like social worker. That felt boring.
Right.
Like I was like, oh, I'm nerdy and actually like more I'm not really like an introvert, but I'm nerdy. So I was like, what if I'm not too social worker? Because then it's like a
I love it. I love it. It's perfect. It's seriously perfect. Um, I can't hear you anymore.
that
Did
I
I mute
stopped
you?
talking.
Oh no, there we go. Okay. um, no, that's perfect. Not too social worker because I was like, there's got to be a fun thing behind it, and like as gamers, some people are like, I'm not that social. Um, but tell me about the kind of games that you're into and what kind of games are you playing right now?
Yeah, I love like Animal Crossing Stardew type games.
Uh
I like the
huh.
more relaxed chill games. Um right now I'm not playing anything because there's like 2 weeks left in school, so I'm just like doing homework.
it,
But I was working on playing the first new Tomb Raider. I can talk. The first new Tomb Raider, and I also kind of wanted to play Red Dead Redemption. I know the second one came out, but I haven't played the first one, and I own it. So that was on my list of things to play when I don't have tons of homework to do.
mm-hmm. I haven't played any of the Tomb Raider games. Um, the only game I think I've played is Stardew Valley. I haven't even played any of the Animal Crossing games either. And I know you were so excited for that when that was announced for the Switch. Are
So
you
excited.
are you counting down the days until you get to play it?
Well, they haven't like announced a release date yet, so I can't
Mm-hmm.
exact days. But like, I don't own a Switch, so if like I don't get one before then, I'm kind of anticipating buying like the Switch Animal Crossing bundle that better comes
Ooh,
when they
yeah.
come out in Japan.
Yeah, because they'll probably do something fun with it. I mean, they've got to. They've done one with the with Smash, so they've got to do something for Animal Crossing. And maybe there'll be like some cute little figures or something on it. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Um,
have the Happy Home Designer um 3DS. I bought like the Happy Home Designer 3DS with like the interchangeable like face plates. That's
oh,
in.
cool! That's awesome. I have the like old school Nintendo controller 3DS, but I don't have anything like fancy to put on it or anything. I know a couple people have like the Zelda 3DS, but that one was really rare to get. But
That one was so hard to get. It was like we were like in Walmart at some point when that like first came out, and somebody like came up to the counter and they're like, "Do you guys have any more of those 3DSs?" And the guy's like, "Nah, people were here when it like opened."
they're like, nope, it's not happening, not
He
happening.
was like, "Nah, man, it's gone."
Tell me about. Is this your dog? Is this?
No, it's not my dog. It's just a really cute picture I found online.
Oh, I was gonna say, tell me about this dog and how did you find this costume for your dog? But if it's not your dog and it's just a cute picture you found online, is it a friend's dog or did you just scour the internet for like cute dog photos?
I just like French bulldogs are my favorite kinds of dogs. I really
Oh,
so eventually I plan on like having one. So I was just like looking up cute French bulldog pictures and I found one with a Wonder Woman costume who happened to be my favorite like comic. So I was like, my favorite things.
so do you have any animals or is a French bulldog going to be the first animal that you get?
I don't have any animals right now. I don't have time since I'm like in school and everything. I really want a French bulldog, but I'm probably gonna like rescue a dog to start off with because French bulldogs are like notorious for health problems and expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna wait till I have like extra funds and then probably get a French bulldog.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because, like, if a dog is prone to having issues, then you want to be able to, like, care for it and give it, like, the proper everything that it needs if it needs special medication. No, I totally
But
get
I do
that.
plan on having one at some point in my life because they're just the cutest.
I know they really are. We went to um, it was like a West Virginia game meetup yesterday, but it was also like a dog, like bring your dog to the restaurant type dealio. And there were so many Frenchies, and there was this one, and it was just making the cutest little grunt noises. And I was like, you little cutie right there. They're pretty adorable. I love them too. But we do have a question in chat. PSW asks, does Social care about Isabella coming to Smash?
I'm super excited. I don't actually like, I haven't played that much Smash. We
Mm-hmm.
own Smash for the Wii U, and
Mm-hmm.
the Wii, I think. But I'm not really that into Smash. But now that like Isabel's in it, I'm like, well, I'm gonna be get good. I was like with that person that always played Kirby because I was like, this saves me from dying. But I'm gonna have to get good at Isabel because I love Animal Crossing, so she's gonna have to be my main.
Right, right. That's how I feel when it comes to like Smash. I'm like, oh, I gotta play Link, duh. But Link is so hard, and I didn't think Link was gonna be that hard. But yeah, I have to get good with Link for Smash and defeat Isabelle. I'll have to do that. Um, so I think what most friends know about each other is their favorite color and their favorite dinosaur. So, what's your favorite color? We gotta know. We gotta know.
My favorite color is definitely purple.
All right, all right. Has it been purple your entire life, or are you one of the people that it changes depending on like how you're feeling, or has it always been purple?
It's always been purple. I even used to have a purple car. I have a new car. Used to
What?
have like the purple Honda Fit.
That's cool. That's cool. I have never seen a purple car like that wasn't like a tuner car, you know? That's
Hmm.
awesome. And what about your favorite dinosaur? Do you have a favorite dinosaur?
I kind of like what are the I want to say Stegosaurus, the one with like the super duper long neck.
Oh, wait. No, that's not the one. I was like, I
I
think I
don't think
heard
that's the
that
right
one.
name, but the really tall one with like the super long neck.
Yeah. Like what comes to mind is like the Land Before Time. The like
Yeah, Littlefoot, the Land Before Time. Loved that.
yeah. Oh, that's such a sad movie.
Right. You like go into and you're like, oh, it's a cute movie for kids about dinosaurs. Just kidding.
Just kidding. It's not. It's about sadness. But you did mention that you're going to school, and you're pretty open about going to grad school for social working, correct?
Yeah, I'm getting my master's.
Yes, yes. So tell me about that experience, like being in grad school. Is it that hard? Is it as hard as you thought it was going to be? Is it easier than you thought it was going to be? And where do you hope that experience will take you?
Yeah, it's weird because like I have my bachelor's and the school I'm going to offers like this advanced program.
Mm-hmm.
If you have your bachelor's, you can get your master's in like under it's like a year basically.
Oh wow.
So it's like an accelerated program. So
Mm-hmm.
the craziest thing I've ever done in my life, and I did like three graduate level classes in like 4.5 weeks.
I don't mean to interrupt,
And I'm
but
not
I've
really
got
sure
to
I'd
get
do that
going.
again, but like
See you
doing it
later.
once I lived
Lisa
through.
wave.
And then after that, it's been like better. I feel like it's easier than I anticipated. And I don't know if that's just because like I worked for a while in between my bachelor's and my master's. So I had like more experience to go off of.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that
like
always helps too.
future. Yeah, in the future, I really want to be like a marriage or relationship counselor.
Oh, cool. Yeah, when I think of social working, I don't even know. I think kids come to mind. Like, I think that's the first thing that I think of, but I don't even think I really know what it is. Is that like family remediating? Is that kind of what it is? What is it actually?
Social work is a lot of different things. Like, I think a lot of people tend to think of like child protective services,
Yeah, yeah, I think that's exactly what I think
definitely
of.
part of it. But social work is kind of like an offshoot of psychology, where like
Ah.
social workers who can do more like systems work with like child protective services, adult protective services, but then
Mhm.
workers also can get licensed and be therapists. So they can do
Okay.
basic same thing that psychiatrists can do.
Hmm.
Psychologists, psychiatrists do meds. Psychologists.
Yeah.
But it's basically social workers do like everything, but the like difference is that social work does a lot more of like working with people so that the people that you work with can like empower themselves. Whereas I feel like psychology does a lot of like, this is what's wrong with you and this is how you get better. Social work is a lot of like, well, what do you want to work on? Okay, well, here are resources for you to start working on this.
So it's like empowering a person to like help themselves in a way. Like
Yeah, but
yeah.
it does a lot of stuff. So a lot of like I have classmates who definitely want to do like kid work and I
Mhm.
want more with like adults, but like social work lets you do all of it.
That's awesome. I didn't realize that there was different fields to branch out from within there. I guess I was one of the people that thought, oh, like child working, like
Well, that's because
they,
that's what you see on TV. Like everybody says like oh,
yeah.
workers, child protective services, they take your kids and it's like, stop.
And it's much more than that. Much more than that. Um, so, what TV shows are you watching right now?
Let's see. I'm really excited that Holiday Baking Championship is starting tomorrow.
Ooh, okay. Are
So
they making like Thanksgiving stuff, Christmas stuff? What kind of stuff are they making?
they do a bunch of different ones. So they have like they do one for like every season. So they'll have like spring baking championship and Halloween baking championship. So this is
Mm-hmm.
holiday. So they usually do like some Thanksgiving. They usually do like a Hanukkah episode. They do like some Christmas stuff.
Oh, cool. Do you
And
like to bake yourself?
I'm an okay baker. If I again like I feel like I'll have more time to do everything when I'm not in school
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and
I can
stuff
only
right now because I'm
imagine.
just like existing in the realm that is homework.
Just have homework on the mind 24/7.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know. I
But
100% understand that.
yeah, other shows I really like. What else have I watched recently? I was watching that user's guide on how to cheat death on Netflix. I thought that was really interesting.
Wait. What? Tell me more. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it every episode covers like a different topic that like people are using to try to like be healthier. So like they did
Interesting.
supplements and they did one on like sleeping and they did one on like relationships. And
Hmm.
it is kind of like, does this actually like what is the actual science behind these things? Do they actually help you live longer?
And is it kind of like debunking myths, or is it more so like educational, or
It's
a
a
little
little
bit
bit
of
of
both?
both. Like it's
Oh,
definitely educational, but it's definitely also like debunking myths. The like host is like some professor from like Canada, but he's like funny. I don't know. I was enjoying it, but I like that kind of nerdy, like sciencey type, like live healthier stuff.
yeah, same. Like food documentaries and like lifestyle documentaries are my absolute favorite. I can binge them all day, where other people are like, it's the same stuff regurgitated, or I don't believe in this. But I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
I also
Um,
watch all the jail shows. Like every jail show
ooh.
I have watched it.
Have you seen White Collar?
No, I haven't watched like the TV shows. I watch like Locked Up and like 13 and all the like
Oh, gotcha.
stuff.
I haven't seen any jail shows except like a TV show called White Collar. That's the only jail. It's not even like a jail. It's like CEI or CIA stuff. Um, but yeah, Rabbit says jail society is fascinating, and Rabbit also has a question. Did we talk about social's biggest and nearest dearest nerd fandom? Did we talk about your nerd fandom? What is your nerd fandom?
I am a massive Lord of the Rings fan.
What is your favorite Lord of the Rings, and how did you get involved in the Lord of the Rings world?
I think my favorite one's probably the third movie, but really you got to watch all of them. Edition. And I got into them because what was it? The second movie was coming out. One of the movies was coming out, and I wanted to see it. And my dad told me that I couldn't see them with him and my grandma because my grandma's read all the books unless I
Mm-hmm.
read books. So I sat down and I read all three of the books so that I could go see the movie with my dad and my grandma.
Wow. How long did it take you to read all those books? Because those aren't short books, right? They're pretty big books.
Yeah, they're like decent size. I can't remember how long it took me, but I feel like I read them in time to see like at least the last movie.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that like your family was like, "No, read the books." I love that. Instead of like, "No, you can see the movie with us." So how did
Yeah,
the
I was like right at that age where it was like a little maybe adult. So my dad was like, "Well, if you read it."
mm, that makes sense. Did I forgot what I was going to say. Shoot. Um Oh, how did you like the books in comparison to the movie? Like, did the movie like take the book adaptation well, or is it one of those where no, the book is always better. There's always more information in the book. Read the book.
I really like the books and I feel like they're my favorite, but I think the movie did a really good job of like making it accessible for more people because there's
Mm-hmm.
definitely like some stuff in the book where it's like this is fun to read but would be so boring to watch on like the big screen. So I think they did like a really good job of finding that balance.
Right, right. Are there any other books that you're into? Do you currently read, or only kind of read sometimes here and there?
I read all of the Game of Thrones books. So I've read all those. I'm into fantasy, if that's
Mm-hmm.
not obvious. I read all the Game of Thrones. Um, I read I used to read all the Harry Potter books. My mom read the first two to me when I was
mm-hmm.
little, and then I started reading them when I like got old enough. And then I would like pre-order the books and wait for them to come in the mail, and then I would sit and like read them until I was done. And my parents would have to like force me to take like dinner breaks.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. See, I have all the Harry Potter books, but I've never read them. But I have all of them in hardback, like hardcover. But
I feel like those were really good movies too. I
yeah.
feel like because they did each movie in relation to a book, I felt like the movies were pretty accurate to the books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a friend tell me, and I don't know if this is a spoiler because everyone should have seen Harry Potter by now, but like told me like the true, I guess I won't say all of it, but like the true reasoning behind Snape's actions. And they said that the movie doesn't really go into like Snape's character deep enough. And like the books really tell you like why Snape does what he does. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would agree with that. I feel like I don't know. I felt like I was always anti-team Snape until the end, and then I was like, huh. Well, now I feel like a bad person.
Oh no. When Harry Potter makes you feel like a bad person. But Sheik wants to know about well, before we get to Sheik's question, let's get to Rabbit's question because it's along the same um, topic. What is your favorite Lord of the Rings character?
I think my favorite character has to be Pippin. I think he was my favorite Hobbit. He was funny. I liked him. I also got to meet that actor who was equally fantastic. So,
Wait, hold on. Rewind. How did you meet the actor? Tell us about the story.
yeah, I've met Sean Astin who played Sam, and I've met Billy Boyd who played Pippin. I met Sean
Cool.
at Denver Comic Con, and I met Billy Boyd right after. It was literally like the day after my birthday. No, it was right before my.
What?
Yeah, I met him like a couple days before my birthday, and he was at Colorado Springs Comic Con, and my boyfriend found out that he was going to be there, and he knows I'm super into Lord of the Rings, so we drove down there to meet him and got him to sign my DVDs. So now I have two of the Hobbits that have signed my Lord of the Rings DVDs.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much for you, especially because it's like right before your birthday, and it, like I bet that just felt so amazing to have like the actor who played your favorite character sign like a DVD that is so important to you. Like that makes me so happy for you. Seriously.
He was really nice. It was cool.
Oh, and especially like when your favorite like I would hate if I met someone IRL and they were not how I anticipated them to be. I would be really like sad and bummed. So the fact that he was a good person is like good, you know.
Hmm.
Sheik wants to know, what's your favorite music?
Um, music. I'm gonna go old school. I still really like Fall Out Boy,
All
and I feel
right.
it's like old school high school living in my system still, but yeah, Fall Out Boy in high school, and I will still listen to them anytime they come on the radio.
So I like Fall Out Boy as well. What do you think about Fall Out Boy's new stuff? Is it like, do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you miss old Fall Out Boy, or do you just love anything that they put out?
I like all of it. I think I have a special place for the older stuff because it was what
Mm-hmm.
I like started with.
Right.
I like some of the newer stuff.
In the same topic, what about like, do you like Panic at the Disco and like Liquid 82 and like those types of bands, like Taking Back Sunday as well? Or, um,
I liked Panic at the Disco, but I definitely like old school Panic at the Disco way better
same.
than Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, same. Definitely. Like new Panic at the Disco, I'm like, wait, this is Panic? Are you sure? Are you sure
Yeah,
this
I
is
was like,
Panic?
excuse me, where's my edgy teenager feelings?
Right? I need more eyeliner. I don't understand. I don't like this. Yeah, no. I get it. I totally get it. What about like your top three favorite bands? Like if you could only listen to three CDs for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Let's see. I
That's a hard one.
like, at least right now, I really like Lady Gaga. So I'll listen.
Oh, okay.
I like Fall Out Boy. And I think I'd go with I like Zed. I like a lot of his stuff.
Zed. I don't know if I've heard of Zed. What kind of music is that?
It's like BPM and stuff like that. It's more
Okay.
like but he does a lot of collabs with other artists. He doesn't do like a ton of stuff on like his own, but
Okay.
he has other artists come in and he does stuff with them. I like that.
Is that kind of like Marshmello? How Marshmello will like put beats on stuff, but someone's like singing, someone else is doing the singing.
Yeah, Zed does some singing, I think. At least in some of the ones that I've heard.
Oh, hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rabbit said electronic. That there we go. That's what I'm looking for.
Electronic music. What was the last concert you've been to?
I'm not a big like concert goer. I'm not like into that whole like slam myself into a place with a bunch of people and find parking and people get drunk and yell at me kind of thing.
Yeah, no, concerts can be like exhausting. Just like a lot of energy is being taken from you when you're in that kind of environment. So I definitely get that for sure. Mike had a question. What is a video game moment that had the biggest impact on you?
Hmm. The first one that comes to my mind is I cried like a baby at the end of Final Fantasy X.
Oh,
It was like freshman year of college, I think. I don't know. I remember I distinctly like cried like a baby because I was like, it's so sweet.
I have never played a Final Fantasy game, but just when like a video game storyline is able to move you that much, was Final Fantasy X more of a love story, or like what was the overall like arcing message that like brought you to tears?
Yeah, it's like a love story, but I don't want to tell you because if you haven't played it, I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, I've never played it. I do have Scotty let me borrow a PS2 version of Final Fantasy and I have to play it. Yeah, I haven't. Everyone's like, no spoilers. Okay. Um, so is Final Fantasy like a game, like a pivoting game for you? Like, would you say a lot of your like really good video game memories come from Final Fantasy games, or?
I actually didn't like, so I didn't have a console until the GameCube.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I'm an only child, so didn't really have anybody to like play games with.
Mm-hmm.
Only ever played at like friends' houses. So my friend and I played a lot of like Baldur's Gate, like Dark Alliance. It's like this super old school game, but we played a lot of that. So I think my like absolute favorite game has to be Wind Waker
Ooh, okay.
because that was like one of the first games I played on like the GameCube.
Right.
So I have like a really soft spot for Wind Waker. It's probably like my favorite, and then Animal Crossing.
Of course, of course. I love that that's one of your favorite games because I'm a big Zelda fan. Rabbit is going wild in chat right now. She's a big Zelda fan. I think a lot of us love Zelda. And what I always say, because everyone's like, oh, which is your favorite Zelda game? And everyone has a different answer for that. But I honestly think people's favorite Zelda game is the game that brought them into that universe and knowing that storyline and getting to know those characters and the game that they spent the most time with and they fell in love with that world. That's like their favorite Zelda game, you know? So, yes, I love that. Do you guys have any other questions for social or anything else that you guys want me to ask her um, before we wrap up our community member of the week? Or do you have anything that you want to share with us about you or anything?
Um, I'm open for questions. I can't think of anything like super exciting. I just I'm in grad. Basically, all I do with my life.
Rabbit goes, is she drunk on mod power yet?
Yes, absolutely.
She's like,
Mod power is real.
ban everybody! No. Um, well, thank
Being
you.
a mod is secretly just me sitting there going, "Oh God, how do I do this command? Oh gee."
I was trying to hold back a cough the entire time, but I ended up coughing. Mike asks, what are you most passionate about in life?
Most passionate. I think I always try to like tone it down because you're not a very like political like channel, which I totally respect, but I'm really very like passionate about like women's issues and like
Mm-hmm.
social justice type issues. So I'm like very into that, which I tone down because not everybody's into that.
Right, right. No, and I think a lot of us we are and we're excited to like talk about it, but like on the internet it's like that weird gray area where what you say can be misconstrued and so it's like you have to kind of tread a really fine line. Um, what got you started into that as being your passion? Was there an issue, like a hot button issue that really like grinds your gears or did you have a friend or like how did you get into being passionate about it?
Um, I in college. Well, it's kind of started in like high school with just like general knowledge of like
Mm-hmm.
everything going on in the world. But in college, I ended up getting a minor my first time. I got a minor in women's studies.
Oh,
So I took
cool.
a bunch of women's studies classes. So I ended up getting really into like all of that in college, which is kind of when people tend to get into it. But
Right.
specifically through my like women's studies classes and all of that, which is now like gender studies. It's not women's studies anymore, but my piece of paper says women's studies on it.
The paper says. Um, and so have you gone to any like protests or rallies or experienced anything like that?
Yeah, I went to the first women's march. I'm like somewhere in like that in the one that's in Denver. They have
Cool.
of it. I always like look at the picture and I'm like, I'm down there somewhere. One of those little dots is me.
And what did that feel like to be there marching with all these different women for a cause?
It was really cool. Um it was really cool to get to like March. It was kind of they weren't expecting as many people as that showed up, so we ended up like standing for like 2 hours before we
Oh
could
no.
march because like somebody should like look up the picture. But if you look up the picture of like the Denver Women's March, there were like I want to say like 20,000 people or something showed up. It was like
What?
ridiculous. So we stood for like 2 hours, and then
Wow.
still really cool. And I did that really nerdy thing where I got like super overwhelmed and ended up like holding my sign, like crying, walking because I was like, this is so cool.
Oh, did you get chills?
I just cried.
No, that's amazing. Like, I know for me, if I'm in a stadium and everybody starts roaring and cheering over something that is so like they're really passionate about, like the hairs on my like skin like stand up. Like I just start getting like I could feel the energy, and that's just amazing that you were there. Ah, I love it. I love it. Um, do you guys have any other questions? Or any last oh, Rabbit's like vote on Tuesday. Vote.
I agree. Vote. I
Get
already
out and vote. Oh,
voted.
you early voted. I don't know. So I honestly don't know if I'm registered to vote. So when I went to the DMV, I checked yes, register me to vote. But I guess this really weird thing happened in Nevada. So I am a registered Democrat to vote. And I guess this weird thing happened in Nevada where mysteriously all these Democratic like people that wanted to be registered to vote, their things got deleted, but it like only happened to Democrats apparently, and so that's what
Yeah,
drew.
that's happening in Georgia. I don't want to like go off on like a
Yeah.
tangent, but they're doing like a lot of like voter suppression that's technically legal but is sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
if you go to vote and they say you're not registered, you can ask for like a provisional ballot and you can still fill it out and you can still vote. And then they have to like look you up in the system to like validate that you can like vote,
Yeah.
but you still like fill out a ballot and you can still vote.
Okay, I'll have to look into that because Drew said that it happened to him, and we both registered to vote the same way at the DMV. So we'll see what happens because that's pretty messed up. um, but thank you so much for coming on stream and being our community member of the week. And I really appreciate it. I want to do more of this. And so, if anyone is just joining us and they're like, what are we doing right now? We are doing a community member of the week. So, every week, I want to showcase one new person on the community where we just get to ask them questions and ask them things about them so we can get to know each other more and get to know about our passions. Because sometimes the topics don't always come up on stream. And so, I just want to know what you guys are passionate about. So thank you. Thank you so much for electing to go first, Social. I really appreciate it. And I love getting to know you. I love it.
Yeah, it
Um,
was fun. You guys should all
yay.
volunteer. This was fun.
Yay. I love it. Thank you.